What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I'm here to give you my official review of the Microsoft press conference at this year's E3. And I have to tell you guys, they really impressed me. This is certainly several steps above that really crappy press conference they had last year. So much to the point that I'm willing to make a statement which even me, being a four-time Sony generation fanboy, am awkward to say, but you know, games are games. And after watching this press conference, I actually want to own an Xbox One now. I mean, they just had a price drop. They just made a version of the Xbox One that comes without the Kinect, which is something I don't think I'd ever use. Fair price, and after seeing the line of games which are coming out for it very soon, it certainly seems like the type of system that I really would like to spend a lot of time with. Plus, I haven't really been playing my PlayStation 4 very often. Not sure why that is. And going on into the press conference, it of course opened up with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They just showed like a couple of minutes of gameplay of it. Seems pretty standard. If you've been playing Call of Duty as long as I have, you know what to expect. My expectations for this aren't going to be any higher or lower than where they usually are. I like to call Call of Duty games the Michael Bay experience. These aren't really games you're meant to think too much into them. You're supposed to just shut up, strap yourself in, and hold on and just play it. I'm going to rent it, beat it once, give my review on it, and send it back to Gamefly. After that, we jumped into the Forza 2 game. Pretty much they kind of just went over the graphics, what the game was going to present. I actually did kind of enjoy the trailer that they had for it, so I thought that was pretty interesting. Then we jumped to a small little teaser trailer for Evolve. You know, it looks like your basic shooter, nothing special there. Then we got to see a 4-player co-op gameplay session of Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, I'm actually quite happy that with my top 5 best locations for the next Assassin's Creed game, I actually got it right with, if I remember correctly, my number 2 pick where I said it should take place around the French Revolution. And so I feel even twice as happy that I probably called it before any of you guys. And from what I saw with the gameplay, it definitely looks a lot more fluid with the body movement. I think there's definitely going to be a lot more free running, multiple approaches to take out your targets, and I think working with a party is going to add a whole new level to Assassin's Creed that I don't think we've ever had a chance to experience in the Assassin's Creed franchise. And although I need to get my hands on it, I'm not sure if 4-player co-op is going to top naval combat from Black Flag, but there's a possibility. Next, then we had a Dragon Age trailer. Not a fan of Dragon Age, not going to be playing this one. Then, probably one of the most interesting gameplay trailers I saw from this press conference was a Sunset Overdrive. Now this comes from the guys that brought us Ratchet and Clank, so you know these guys are pretty good at making some pretty wacky experiences, and I gotta tell you, this is like one of the most standout games I saw from this press conference. I mean, this guy was just jumping from platform to platform in like one fluid motion, never stopping, and just killing these mutants everywhere left and right. So it looks like a pretty fun game, and I would even go so far to say is that, heck, I would actually consider buying an Xbox One just to play this game. I mean, that's just how unique this game actually looks for me, and I'm happy to know that it actually comes out in October around Halloween, so that's actually more than enough time for me to save up. Afterwards, we had Fable Legends. Not a Fable fan, so didn't really care. Then we had Project Spark. We actually got some more gameplay. This game was announced at, if I remember correctly, last year's Microsoft press conference at E3. And now that I saw a little bit more of it, certainly seems like the type of game that you really need a very, very large amount of imagination because you get to create these levels and then you get to let other people play them. So it's pretty much, in my opinion, I think it's just Microsoft's answer to Sony's Little Big Planet. I don't think it's going to be as interesting as Little Big Planet 3, but it's probably going to be a good second. Afterwards, I actually saw a very interesting game, and it's like games like this that make me want to actually look at Xbox and Microsoft in a completely different viewpoint, and that was Ori the Blind Forest. This looks like one of them low, I wouldn't say indie games, but probably one of the lesser known company games. I mean, it looks like a good platformer, side scroller, and just the overall visual looks of this game just look magnificent. I can't imagine what the storyline for this game could be. And I also really liked what they did with the crowd, with their bracelets, how they were all kind of like lighting up white, so it kind of looked like you had just an arena of stars. So that was really nice what they did with the. They made it kind of interactive with the crowd. It makes me wish I was there even more. And then we have the announcement, which pretty much got the biggest response that you could expect at any Microsoft press conference, and that was the announcement of the Halo Master Chief Collection, which pretty much comes with Halos 1, 2, 3, and 4, along with some extra content, pretty much having every single map that all the multiplayer games had, including having them in different renditions and using the same servers that they were originally released, and that got a big response. And then they said that it also was going to come with apparently a new show that they were making called Nightfall, if I remember correctly, and then that they also had some extra beta testing multiplayer maps for Halo 5 Guardians. I gotta be honest, the only Halo game I actually ever got a chance to play was the first one back on the original Xbox. Now, I never owned an Xbox, it was my cousin's Xbox, and I happened to play it, and I do recall actually enjoying it, and I think the last Halo I actually ended up playing was Halo 3, and I think I beat it only once while I was in college. So now that I have a chance to actually play all the Halos at once, this too is a good example of a reason that I would really consider buying an Xbox One. And then we had a game called Inside, and this looks like another one of those indie games from a lesser known developer. Truly stands out. It really looks, I mean, I can't really tell exactly what the premise is, but it looks like you're playing as some kid in a red shirt just kind of walking around and you're exploring some type of facility. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I really want to know more about it. And afterwards we have a trailer for Rise of the Tomb Raider. If you know my feelings on Tomb Raider, you know that I actually enjoyed this latest Tomb Raider a lot more than Uncharted 3. So I don't know. I think it's fair competition to see Rise of the Tomb Raider go head-to-head against Uncharted 4. I'm really curious to see which one's going to come out on top. And then we had a gameplay trailer of Witcher 3. Not a Witcher fan, so I'm not going to be playing this game. And then we had another trailer for Phantom Dust, another game that looks really interesting. And then we had another trailer for another gameplay demo for Tom Clancy's The Division. This looks a little bit like The Line, but in a desolated New York City filled with, enemy factions. So this is certainly the type of game that I wish I could play with a good number of you out there. I don't think it was an exclusive title, so that's certainly something I could pick up on the PlayStation 4. And then we had another game called Scalebound. I don't really remember too much about it, except that it dealt with some guy who was able to summon a dragon, and he was fighting this giant monster, and then he was teaming up with other people on these creatures that they were littered up with to take on this giant Hydra-looking creature. And then the press conference ended with the announcement trailer of Crackdown. I never actually got a chance to play any of the previous installments of Crackdown. I know it's an Xbox exclusive, so that's probably why, but what is Crackdown about? I mean, if some of you guys give me like a quick little just statement about what Crackdown is all about, I really would appreciate it. You can tell me in the comments down below. And that's really everything we had from this press conference. These guys did not waste any time on television or any stupid gimmicks. They were focused on the games, and that is exactly what Microsoft needs to be doing. So as it stands right now, although I've never been an Xbox fan or a Microsoft fan, they have won me over. They have piqued my interest, and I now want to own an Xbox, and I will try to get myself my hands on one as quickly as I can. And I don't know, I'm still on the fence of whether or not I really want to pay for Xbox Live, but I don't know, maybe some of you guys can convince me. So I really would like to know, what did you guys think of Microsoft's press conference? Because I really enjoyed it from beginning to end, and hardly slowed down. All about the games, it's exactly what they need to be doing. So was there a particular game that you guys saw that you're really interested in, or a game you kind of were expected to see? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to track me in my future videos. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.